Julian, our speaker, is doing his second speech, and the title of the speech is Religion and Politics. Let's welcome Julian.
Good evening. Religion and politics. Can anyone guess or have any idea why I chose this topic or why I chose this title?
Those are the things you're not supposed to talk about.
For example,
People are uncomfortable talking about.
people are uncomfortable talking about that. Those are some of the reasons, and there's many of the reasons why I chose this topic. But I'm going to focus on a couple specific reasons why. The main purpose of this speech tonight is not to jam any type of religious or political ideology down anybody's throat, or to try to convince you that some way is correct or some way is incorrect. Quite the contrary. What I am trying to do tonight is encourage and inspire everyone to have conversations like this one. And whenever something doesn't make sense to you, I'm not saying to call BS on it right away, but ask yourself questions. And if people around you are not willing to have those conversations with you, then find somebody who is. So I'm going to take an informal poll in here. This is not scientific, this is just purely part of the show. Raise your hand if you enjoy discussing topics like religion and politics. Wow, not more than what I was expecting. Awesome. All right, raise your hands if conversations about politics and religion have ever made you feel uncomfortable. Okay, expected. Think about what are some of the things that you prefer discussing. News, celebrity gossip,
Football.
sports. Sure. Are you guys familiar with Socrates?
Yes.
Okay. Socrates is attributed with this quote. He said, "Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people." So let's consider this. Religion and politics, per definition, are ideas. So our great friend and beloved philosopher Socrates says, the types of minds that talk about these things are strong minds. Eleanor Roosevelt went even further. She took the quote, changed the beginning of it, and instead of saying strong minds, she said great minds. So great minds discuss ideas, average minds events, and weak minds discuss people. All right, so let's say that you don't want to have a strong mind. Let's say you're not sure about wanting that responsibility of being a great thinker. Who in here wants to be successful? Okay. Are you guys familiar with the author Tim Ferriss?
Yes.
Timothy Ferriss says in his very famous book, The 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss says that success in life can be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations that we're willing to have. Now, I'm not advocating endless rants online about religion and politics, and I'm not saying that that's going to make you rich. It might. I mean, look at guys like Rush Limbaugh. That guy's been an entire career about ranting about religion and politics. But what I am saying, or what I would like to encourage people, is to be open for these conversations and be willing to have conversations that you may or may not feel comfortable having, because it's typically in conversations like those that we learn the most about ourselves and we learn the most about subjects that make us feel uncomfortable. Is anybody here familiar with Tony Robbins? Andrea kind of touched a little bit on this quote, or this idea. So Tony Robbins encourages us to consider the fact that our perceptions are all unique, and they're shaped based upon our personal life experiences. He tells us, or he encourages us, that once we understand that tiny little detail, we are then much better equipped to become effective communicators. Who here wants to be an effective communicator? Yeah, that's why we're here. All right? So, back to the topic of religion and politics. There's three major religions that are accepted on this planet. And that is Judaism, Christianity, and the Islamic religion. And although they seem to have so many things different about each other, they have some very interesting commonalities. The most interesting commonality to me is the use of the word peace. Have any of you guys ever heard Jewish people greet each other using the word shalom?
Yes.
The word shalom is used in the Old Testament over 200 times. It's a Hebrew word. And translated, it literally means peace. So imagine that every Jewish person, or most Jewish people, greet each other with the word peace. In the Quran, the word that's translated to English to mean peace is used 76 times. And chapter 8, verse 61 of the Quran states, "But if the enemy inclines towards peace, thou shalt also incline towards peace." In Christianity, the word peace is used over 400 times. And last summer in Bosnia, Pope Francis stated that interreligious dialogue is an indispensable condition for peace, and for that reason it is the duty of believers to have dialogue. On to politics. The purpose of politics is to serve as an intermediary between citizens and government, to make sure that government programs are in fact doing what they're supposed to do. So if the roots of religion and politics are in peace and civility, why have they been the catalyst and the excuse for so much conflict throughout the beginning of human recorded history? I'll leave you guys with a quote from Robin Williams. He said, "No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world." And if anybody here tonight leaves feeling some type of way, if anyone suddenly has new questions, or if they were bothered by anything that was said, then the time here tonight, this evening, was well spent. Thank you very much, and have a nice evening.